We are back after a hiatus. I don't know where I went, honestly. I just kind of didn't feel like doing videos. I don't know. But we're back with a double feature of two newish Transformers. I say newish because they've been out for a couple months. And, well, Prime Day just hit. Guess who went on sale? The Aerial Bots. Yes, now I'm dedicated to getting Superion. Just to try him, honestly. Just to see what's good with him. See if he's actually any good. You know, I know he's the same thing as Menasor, but we're going to talk about these guys. This is Air Raid and Slingshot. They vary a little bit, in my opinion. Both of these aerial bots are just aerial bots. It's interesting because in Combiner Wars, he was the last retail release of the original, and he never actually got a retail release. He did get a release, but it was an online exclusive. They were weird like that. They cut him out and put in Alpha Bravo. But these two guys are very cool, and they are different figures, like, very different. I definitely could have got 2 reviews out of them, but I said, you know what, screw it, let's do both. I'm going to start out with Slingshot, because I like him the least of the two. Slingshot is alright. He's fine. I just find him boring, honestly. For the most part, his transformation parts, like his plane bits, are all in his legs. It's supposed to fold down. But that's my issue. There's just nothing going on up top. He has the nose cone and the cockpit back here. His arms are as bland gets. No paint other than the hand being black. And only with the hand, though. And this is the other problem. It's not like a hand. Like, if I bring back an Air Raid, he has, like, you know, they're obviously hands. His are inside of the forearm and look bad to me. I hated it. It reminds me of the 2000s, early 2010s guys when they were just, like, making, like, they just had a square and said, you know, let's whittle it down, give it some, like, finger detail. There we go. That's good enough, guys. That's about where they're at. And honestly, I think he's just fine. Like, overall, like I said, arms are plain, and they're plain. Very plain. No pun intended. The legs are also quite plain, but the little bit of black up here works, and then he also has some coloration on the side because of the wing stripes. So that works. I like the torso. The red and black looks good with a little bit of white in there. His head's always been my least favorite, though, because it's just a white square. And he has this oddly smooth, like, face and forehead, and it's just all orange. It's 2 shades, weirdly enough, I think. Like, the visor's a slightly different color, but it just looks odd, you know? I just don't really like his design, quite frankly. Like, I just don't like Slingshot's design. He does probably have one of the better names of the bunch. I do like the name Slingshot, but, man, it's just, eh. He has 2 guns. That's what he comes with. He comes with these little thingy-madoos. Look at these. Just double barrels. Pretty simple. Nothing crazy. Let's bring in Air Raid here to spice it up a little bit, because Air Raid, I like Air Raid more, honestly. Air Raid's just a little bit better. I just prefer Air Raid. I like his head sculpt a lot more. It's a little bit more dynamic, a little more going on, and there's a lot more colors going on, and that's what's kind of helping it. Is, yes, he has the white sides, but his face is gray and his forehead's silver like a gunmetal. It works just to create color separation. That's the thing. His arms are equally as bland, though, which is a problem, but he has hands, at least, so he got that going for him. Legs, same thing, but he has a little bit of red in there, a little bit of red. And he does do my favorite thing with Skydive, which is in his robot mode, he's predominantly white and red, but when you transform him, he turns into a pretty much all-black jet. I think that's cool. He also has way better accessories. I like these little guns a lot. They're like little tiny shotguns. I love them. They're really cool. Blast Effect compatible as well. Very nice. Again, his torso is pretty similar, actually, to Slingshot, like, design-wise. Like, they're different, but, like, the fundamental is there of a kind of red sides and then, like, a stripe going down the middle. I like that whole thing they got going. His back's a little bit more messy than Skydive on it, or, I'm getting them mixed up. Slingshot. He has a bit more going on, but, yeah, that's just gonna happen, I guess. But essentially, they're pretty good. Their articulation is literally the same. Ball joints in the head, forward and back, outward, elbow, swivel. He can't really do anything with his hands, and neither can he. We're now going to do the lower half with slingshot, because inclusivity. Swivel, forward, back, outward, swivel again, knee joint, and an ankle tilt, and he has massive feet. They didn't need to give him that big of heels. They're just way too big. Like, those heels are massive. No need. No need for those heels. He has, like, no heels, weirdly enough. And he has more stuff on his back, so it's really odd. But that's essentially those two robot modes, so let's just get into their transformations, because, well, they're actually pretty different. So we'll start off with Slingshot, of course, who is a little interesting in his transformation. A little bit. It's just a tad. You're going to remove the guns. Put them off to the side. Take his arms. Flip them around. You're then going to, like, take the shoulder. Actually, before you do that, rotate his head. You need to rotate the heads on these guys. And it's going to just, like, peg in. There is a peg right there. And then there's a hole right there. That's what I put the guns into on the robot mode. And then you just flip that forward from there. Yes, we're almost done already, I know. Fold that there. Fold those down. Flip up the fin again. And then come to the front. And this is funny because it's just like, these were the innovators of the whole lag scrunch, by the way. Like the alternate method that wasn't like just the push-pull. The original aerial bots from 2015, well, not the original, but the 2015 aerial bots were the guys who kind of came in with that open the panel and then compress the lags method, which is really odd. And there's Slingshot's alt mode, so let's do Skydive. Skydive is also pretty easy, actually probably easier, honestly. Like, Slingshot actually has a way better transformation for his upper half. Because Skydive here, you fold his arms down, fold his head around, okay. Fold this forward, fold that up, fold these down, make sure that it pegs in, like so. Peg the legs together, fold his feet forward, fold the feet down, clip them in up there, and then take his back section here, like the calf areas, and fold them up, peg them in, fold these down, fold these around, like so, and voila, you have Skydive in his alt form. And then we're gonna take the guns and just stick them under the wings, and there we are. Let's talk about the alt forms. The alt forms for these guys are actually pretty good. I actually really do like them. Like, they're really nice. Slingshot, I really like his, actually. It's a little bulky in the front. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be. But it does seem, like, a little bit odd, I guess. You know, that it's so bulky up there. But I like him. Like, I like the detailing. I like the whole look of it. He's a little bit of a, like, snub nose. But it looks good. I like that. See, this is my thing, what I'm going to say, that I like that they're doing with the double weapons. Because the original issue with the Combiner Wars ones is you always got the one big gun. You got, like, one rifle, and then you got, like, the hand-foot component. This looks so good, because now both of these guys have twin guns on their wings, and like a fighter jet probably would have. So it actually works out, and I actually just really like his jet form. I like the little paint here. Looks good. I also like the little thin black stripe going up the middle of the fuselage here. That looks really good. And underneath, pretty clean, actually. Like, they actually did a pretty solid job. His head's right there. And also in the back of his head is actually a landing gear. Which, weirdly enough, there is a landing gear back there. But I like his alt form. It's just really nice. It's just a really nice alt form. And Skydive is the same thing. I absolutely love his alt form. It looks phenomenal. It doesn't have the colors that the Combiner Wars one had. That one had a bit more going on, I think. But again, I like what I said. He goes from a primarily white and red robot to a black jet mode, and I absolutely love the color change. It does have the white there on the wings, silver cockpit, and these parts back here are actually removable, so if you don't like them, you can get rid of them. But yeah, they're supposed to be there. And then, I mean, underneath, it's a little bit more busy on him. That's kind of my one thing. Comparatively to Slingshot, who's very clean, he's a little bit more busy. His feet are just blatantly right there. It's a nice looking jet, but I just kind of wish it was a little cleaner, and his head is also a little bit more visible. Slingshot just is a lot more clean looking. That's how I'm going to put it. He's a little bit more clean overall in his old form, because this does look like a crumpled up robot. This, I think, doesn't look as much like a crumpled up robot, weirdly enough. But that's that. But there is technically one more mode I want to show, which I'm not even 100% if I have it correctly, because I don't have Silverbolt. I know he is out, but I don't have him. And that is, of course, how do these guys do combined forms? Well, to do the combined forms, it's kind of odd. I actually need something thinner. I thought that screwdriver would work, but it just didn't. I'll use this guitar pick here. So essentially what we're going to do is make sure that that little part there is pressed down. And then, wow, comes in half. Fold that. And yeah, that's him. That's how you get him ready for a combined form. You don't even have to do that. You just plug it on and it rips apart. There's a tab that goes in there. But that's how you do it without it. Yep, he's an arm component. Similar to Dead End, who does the exact same thing. That's my only other combiner component. That's cool. For him, actually, it's a little bit different. A little bit more to do, actually. Fold these around. Fold that up. Fold this. Then you take this. Fold it down. Fold that back. Fold that down. And voila! You get this. Again, I'm not sure if these fold down or not. I don't think. But this is essentially your shin. Just kidding, it's a calf. It should be a shin, but the designers have decided that this goes on the back of the leg, and I hate that design. Genuinely hate that idea. But essentially, that's that. So let's just get to the final thoughts here. We're going to just do this out of order. I was doing it in a kind of order. Let's do it back out of order. These two are good. I like them. But they're genuinely just parts to a larger whole. And that's kind of the problem, I think. Is like, I feel like they didn't put as much work in these guys as they probably could have. Like, I feel like they seem a little more under-engineered. And it's not even like their combined parts are, like, hard to get to or anything. Like, the other guys had the kind of compromise that a giant peg in their chest. These guys don't do that. They just peg on. So why do these guys feel like they're so kind of compromised to me? Like, they feel compromised for the larger whole. I don't know why they feel that way, but they just do to me. I mean, overall, I mean, I do like them. Do I like them more than the Combiner Wars one? Well, I don't have Combiner Wars Slingshot, so no dice on that one. This is literally my only Slingshot, I believe. So he kind of gets the pass, because, well, like I said, I don't have any other Slingshot figures, so good for you, Slingshot. You've made the list as best one, but only by default. Air Raid, I actually think, I don't know. I like the jet mode of the Combiner Wars one more than his, but I think I like this robot mode more. It feels better, like it looks better. The Combiner Wars ones always had this weird thing where like the shins were really bulky, but the thighs were really thin. And with these, like similar to him actually, kind of like him, but all the time, and without the reasoning of the wings being there. I feel like this just looks good. I feel like they look good. I feel like they're good figures. And I feel like people are going to like these guys. I don't really see an issue with them. Ultimately, I think that they are a good duo if you're looking for them. Unfortunately, Prime Day is over the day I'm filming this. But they were on sale. Genuinely, if you did pick them up, I don't think you'd regret it. I got them for $26.99 each. That's Canadian. So pretty solid pricing, considering, you know, I could have went to Walmart and got them for $35, but $9 off is $9 off. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, helps a bit. It helps a bit. Anyway, next up is probably going to be Silverbolt. I don't know. Pre-ordered him on Amazon. It says November. That's what that does. But you can literally go to, like, BBTS has it. I know CMD Store has it. I know there's a bunch of places that already have Silverbolt. If you order them from anywhere that isn't a major retailer, you might even find them in person before you get that from Amazon. But any like online retailer will have him. So if you're looking, go get them. I think these guys are fine, genuinely. If you're just getting one, I say him. Genuinely, he's a better robot. But ultimately, I think they're a good set. But I think he's a little worse. They're both like 3s. I'm going to give them both a 3 out of 5. That's what they are. But that's really it for this review. Will I be back? Who knows? Maybe. Maybe a little bit more. It might be a bit more sporadic. Who knows? But that is it for now. It's been my review of Age of the Primes, Air Raid, and Slingshot. Spinal Delete signing out.